All right, a very good early evening to everybody out there. Before I went on, you couldn't hear my aches and pains. I just came from the gym and took a shower. It's always good, and it's like, fuck, man, holy shit. But it's a good pain. It's a good pain but it hurts. You feel like a whole body is like sore and worn out kind of thing. All right, the title of this episode is, the war rages on against the Stooges. So what's, that word? I think I made it up because it doesn't exist. There's no word it called, but I like it. I like it. So, it's like it sounds kind of cool. I call somebody a you're a Scooge. It doesn't sound very. It doesn't, it doesn't sound like you're giving somebody a compliment. It sounds like stooge, right? But it's like means basically, like, look, all these things, youps, schmecks, putzers, they're all the same. The people like that are just the asteroids. They're all schmecks. They're all putzes, youps. They get in the way. They're nothing. They're the naysayers. They're the everything. They're the things that aren't helping you in life, which is just about everything. But in life, you have to kind of like you can't. There was this one guy, like there's one kind of you know I don't know, homeless kind of guy who walked by me, and I was going to the gym, and this guy, I saw him coming a mile away, and he was like, he's walking, and he's angry. I'm gonna kick somebody's ass. He's actually even shorter than me. I'm only 5'9". This guy looks like a fucking Lilliputian. Lilliputian, Lilliput, this island of Lilliput. He's a midget, whatever. It wasn't a midget, but he was like maybe 5'6", if that. And he was like, yeah, you fucking motherfucker. He was walking. He was ready to go with somebody. And see, the thing is, when I walk, I usually like hold my lane, and I'm walking. But sometimes it's like it's just good to kind of like look. They're not stopping you. Go around these imbeciles, these angry nothings. And if that guy tried to do something to me, man, he doesn't know. Like I'm fucking practicing every day. I fucking take that guy bomb. You wouldn't be like, what? You don't know. It's like some guy training every fucking day just for something like that. Somebody that thinks they're just gonna, like, look, think about it. You did Bruce Lee walk around like angry? Like, I'm gonna kick you. He did get mad, during the fights and stuff. But think about it, like, a lot of these guys that are like professional fighters, they don't have to show it. You just walk around humble and everything like that. And if somebody tries to come up on you, you just kill them. Like they would never see it coming. Like it's they wouldn't believe. So the whole idea is look like I try to look like I'm a normal guy and everything like that, but it's like someone try to one up you, they're gonna fucking get killed. Hopefully, because that's all an act. 99.9% of people walking around like this acting tough, like it's an act. They're acting tough. There's a tremendous difference between acting tough, which doesn't require much skill at all, and actually being tough. This is LA, and I know everywhere, but it's so easy for these young people to put on and kind of walk around, put that face on there, say something, kind of walk around big, thinking they're tough, acting tough or whatever like that. And let me tell you something. You get one lock on these guys, and they will cry like they're your little bitch. I mean, they will fucking. You'll see that act. It's like that smoke screen. It's gone in a heartbeat. Once you get a lock on somebody or something like that, and then, oh my god, there was a guy that I knew. This guy who worked in real estate. He was a New York guy. He was tough. Acting tough guy. And what happened was there was like a police officer, that he was giving out tickets, and he went, New York John. He went out there, like, yeah, Yeah, and the fucking cop, the cop took him, put the handcuffs on him, and the second he put the handcuffs, he goes, "I'm very sorry, officer. I'm very sorry." Oh boy, did his attitude change. Once those cuffs were on, it was like, you're my bitch now. You think you could have put that tough on me? It's like, fuck you, man. You can fucking, it's nonsense. Now, anybody can act the way they want. It's not your job to police society. That's not what I'm doing. But the thing is, if somebody tries to put it on you, like hard, then, it's your job to enforce, use the force on them. Um, you know, that's not why I do this. I just, it's good to be prepared in life. Like, what if there's an earthquake, a big earthquake, right? I mean, are you prepared? Do you have any, like, see, that's the thing, you have any canned food around or something? Most people, they're not prepared for anything. And I hate to say that, but they're just kind of like, where I live here, these are kind of like pansies, that live around here. They have money, and maybe they're financially smart, like, kind of, but they're these people, they're just like, most of them, they're pansies. They go to these high end restaurants, and this kind of flamboyant lifestyle, this nonsense. And the second something, like, that they're not mentally strong people. Like, you know let me get, I think I walked by this woman, like, she looked at me and said something. So as I walked by, I said, and then I threw back a comment, like, and she just, got real defensive on it. That broke her frame. I was able to do it like this, like nothing. And I can do that to so many of these people because they're not mentally strong. They're not mentally strong. It takes a warrior, mental strength. Most people don't have that. They're not trained in that. Nobody trains them to do that. When they were kids, they weren't even taught. They didn't understand. It's a skill. They what that stupid saying is, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me." Well, that saying is true, but that is not a basis for building mental strength. You don't understand. What I just said, building mental strength. When you go to the gym, you can build physical strength. So you have to kind of practice to build mental strength, to avoid, to know how to deflect these oddballs, these curveballs, these asteroids, these schmucks, these scooges, all these people that are going to try to get under your skin, or try to do something to you, or try to lowball you, or try to do anything. You don't have to walk around with a tough persona, like an acting tough, because that's an act. That's phony. You don't have to be. People that act like that, they don't have mental strength. They don't. That's nonsense. If you're acting, that means you're a phony. You don't need to act, but we have to work on things. You have to work on weaknesses, mental weaknesses, whatever yours is, and everybody has them. It's hard, I know. It's complicated because it's like you don't want to just be somebody that going around. It's very easy to confuse. I told you, if you go back to my episodes yesterday, I think I talked about the three types of people. You have your dominating kind of people, like to push people around. That's not the way to, that's no good. That's not good. It sucks. Bossing people around. Nobody likes somebody like that. It's not a good person. But you see, there's a lot of wealthy people that do that, and they don't care because they have power and they have money, and their idea is dominating. So if I dominate you, that means I can get whatever I want. Like I can buy you, like you're inanimate. And unfortunately, You know, that happens more times than not, you know, with employees and people because, you know, they're like subservient to that somebody that's a dominator, subservient. So then you have your submissive, which is to me even worse. That's like, you know, just bending over and taking it in the ass, you know, like, you know, it's a submissive, it's a pussy, it's a nothing, it's a somebody, it's, you know, if I had a choice, I'd be a if I didn't, if I could not be the third, which I work on, which I am, then if you only had a choice between the dominating and the sub, I'd be the dominator. I would have to, you know, I'd rather rule over somebody than be somebody's little bitch, you know, and that's what a lot of people are. They're subs. They try not to act like they are, but they are, and deep down they know they are. And what it does when you're a sub, you are basically a slave. That's what you are. You are a modern day slave to something, to either a person, a business, society. You are in no position to speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, or do anything. And there's plenty of those subs out there. Plenty. And then there's the best. There's the assertive person, which unfortunately is misconstrued. That word assertive is, you know, twisted to be known as aggressive, and it's not at all. There's a huge difference. But somebody that doesn't know, you're acting really aggressive. I said, I'm acting assertive, standing up for myself. And the problem is, there's not many people like that out there. That's why it's twisted. The word is twisted to make you look like you're a hostile person when you're just assertive. You're not dominating, and you're definitely not a sub. You're just assertive, like being bold. That's all it is. But there's not that many people out there that fit that description because it takes education and practice to become that. That shit's not easy. It's not really taught, you know. I mean, I think like in the military, I don't know, you know, they you know they teach just kill, you know, like that's, you know, that is, I saw the army, I was watching like basic training and stuff like that, you know, Marines, you know, but that's not, you know, that doesn't work in real life. That works on the battlefield. Now, the world is, you know, the real world can be a battlefield in a way, but it's not fought with, well, you know, the business world's not fought with guns and, you know, sword knives and stuff like that. It's fought a little differently. You know, there's a lot of intellectual prowess that goes on over money and control of resources and decisions being made by very powerful people that tell other people how to do things. And you can't get to those people that make those decisions. They're very powerful, and they know this, and they do what's in their best interest. They can give a fuck about anything else. And they might come off as philanthropic and nice, taking care of their family and sending donations and whatever, but in the end, they do whatever the fuck they want to get what they want. And the more power and leverage you have, the more you can dictate terms. Remember I said in Star Trek 6, remember the Brock Peters, Admiral Cartwright. He said before, you know, in the beginning, after the Klingon Empire, you know, the Praxis, their main mining facility blew up over mining, whatever. He So the Klingon Empire have like 50 years left. They're done. They're finished. So now, he says, well, now is a chance to bring them to their knees, and then we'll be in a much better position to, to work out terms. I'm sorry, but it's like, that's kind of like, how it works. You're going to give somebody a chance, they're going to kill you. I mean, unfortunately, in business, that's what happens. Let's look at like real estate and stuff like that. How many real estate agents are out there? They're all trying to make their cut. They're all trying to step on each other up and find a deal, make the money. It's extremely competitive. It's there's a million lawyers out there. They're all trying to one up. Hey, I want to make a living too. Don't give a fuck about the competition. They just get in the way, those other people. So what do? Oh, well, I advertise. I put bigger billboards out there, bigger ads on buses or whatever, anything. Try to solicit. It's like ambulance chasers. They're trying to, saying like a shark. A shark. If the shark goes to sleep, it will die. It always has to be working 24/7. Always has to be like in the ocean of life. And think about this: the real world in the ocean of life. It's like you have to be kind of like that that shark in a way, looking for deals. And whatever. I mean, I guess there's a certain amount of people. They're lucky. They're born into money, or got a good boost, or had good nepotism and connections for something. That's what I consider luck. You can't, there's no. It doesn't mean if you've got dealt a bad hand that you have no chance, but in a way, the climb for you is going to be that much harder. It is. And most people, they just, they ain't gonna fucking do it. They're gonna look at that mountain. They're gonna go, fuck this shit. I can't. I'm not going with that. I'm not gonna try to go with that thing. It's that hard. Those people you see in those tents. They're you don't know their story. What their deal is. The homeless people. I guess the consensus, the idea is a lot of them just have no inclination for any responsibility, nothing. And I'm sorry, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to take on some responsibilities, and that's just the way it is, to be able to manage your money and go out there and try to, I deal on eBay sometimes. And let me give you an example. Okay, so I deal on eBay sometimes, and I'm looking for cards, like graded sports cards, stuff that I know. And what I do is I just put out all these offers, to make offers. So a lot of them are considerably low. I'm not gonna fucking on a $500 card. I'm not gonna offer the guy $475 or something like that. It's like, okay, well, what I'm gonna do is if it's like, let's say he wants 500, and I know the card I can get $425 for it. Okay, I go 175. I just started, and a lot of these guys, they just they'll reject it, but then a percentage of them will counter. They will counter. See if we can get to that middle ground. I'm willing to come up. I'm willing to come down if I can get that card for if it depends. If it's a real easy mover, 275, maybe 300. If it's a real a Willie Mays or Mickey Mantle or something really good, try to meet in that middle ground. But I've had guys that I offered for a $400 card. I started 155, and the guy messages me back. He goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, are you brand new on?" I said, "Dude, number one, you use profanity on eBay. I reported you. I reported that person. What a weak-minded, what a crack that guy's frame like it's a fucking eggshell. And eBay's a swap meet, my friend. And I told that guy, I said, it's a swap meet. You got to expect, people to try to get a deal. You don't know. People need money. You know how many times, when I was gambling, I needed fucking money. I was selling things that are worth $400 or $500 for 175, 150. I needed to turn. I needed the money. Okay. You don't know what people need when they need things. So, but unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. If I'm looking, sometimes I'll look on the site, for like, any vacant land or cheap properties or something like that. And, it's like, I don't understand what these people, it's like, well, hey, I'll offer this, it's like, oh no, they ain't going to take that. Well, you know what? Look, fine, then move on to the next deal. Move on. Just keep digging, keep looking. That's a problem. People give up way too fucking easily. You think so much that, oh, I can't, no one's going to need. You'd be surprised. Sometimes people want to turn something, look, you get one fucking life. A lot of people just don't understand this. Like holding on to something, for till what? The end of time? You're not going to be around. You're not going to be. The most important thing you have is now and forward. That's it. And people don't really get that. They're saving something or hoping for the day that will never come. Shit I see on eBay, for sale a ridiculous price. I said, why are you putting it up there? Why are you like wasting your time putting, oh, well, there might be a sucker out there that will buy it. Well, you're a fucking idiot. You know what? You're a fucking idiot. Put with some crazy price on there. The whole idea is to turn stuff. That's how money is generated. You got to turn product. That's how I made some money. Turning products, You put something really expensive on there and it's way overvalued. People they're not even gonna give you an offer. They're not like me. With me, I believe in the money has to be worked hard, has to be turned. Put up something, you're scaring everybody away with your high prices. And that's what the problem with eBay. It used to be, people like just cleaning up many of these people with their stores started selling on there, and then they're all trying to, and then I tried drop shipping too. I mean, I like the idea. I really like the drop shipping idea where, you don't even have to, you just find products, list them on eBay, get them through like Amazon, whatever. You don't even have to buy it, you just, but but the problem is, all these other people, like they're, the competition, once they see your items, they go, oh, I'll do the same and I'll sell it for less. Look, so then, you can't make any money. It's really hard. I don't care what you're selling, spoons, laundry detergent, thermometers. Well, I tried everything. I didn't, but the problem is there's price fluctuations. And sometimes Amazon raises their price. You have it listed on eBay for a certain price. Then Amazon raises theirs. Somebody buys it off of you on eBay. You go back to Amazon. Oh, fuck. Now I'm losing money. The whole idea is to do it in such volume, but it's hard. Believe me, it's hard to get people to pull out that credit card and buy something. It's you got to give them a deal, and the problem is like, where's your profit? That's the thing. I love like trying to do things on my own. To me, these people that are subs, that work for like, a market or a bank or a post office or something like that. Well, there's benefits. Yeah, there's, you know what? Yeah, your benefits by the time you're 65, when you're old, you're going to enjoy your life at that point. I'm sorry. I do not prescribe to that notion. Your time is the most valuable thing you have. And I do not prescribe to the notion, the way society says that you're supposed to do things as far as being a sub. So basically, gotta use that imagination somehow. And believe me, man, trying to do it on your own, fuck. Whoa. Timing. If I would have, yeah, well, you know what? I wasn't into computers in '94. I mean, what Amazon did, you know, that's not luck. That's being on, looking ahead and starting up just a small business. There's a percentage of luck in it too. Could have took a lot longer for the online retail, to get going, but nor here nor there. Just all these like places that were Sears and all these like brick and mortar places. What are you gonna do with those? They've become like Amazon warehouses or something. So what else? Land to be, those buildings ain't worth nothing. And who puts value to something? What's the value of it? What's the point? Why should it be worth anything? A house provides housing for somebody to live in. I understand why that would have value, but like a business, like it's, what? Who cares? A building, to have you know, I just look at things differently, and that's a problem for a lot of people. It's a problem when I'm in the gym, when you're an anomaly, when you're different. You don't even have to say a word. If you just carry yourself differently, people are going to notice, and they're going to criticize and judge you. And then some of the brazen ones will throw the curveballs at you. There's brazen asteroids out there, brazen schmecks out there. Believe me, I see them all the time. But I'm prepared for them. I see them coming a mile away, and they have no idea when they try to one up me. They are not prepared. They're not used to getting ignored. Because I train myself for this. I'm prepared for, yeah, there's a million random things that can happen, but like the better you get at these things, you can deflect these people because they're basically they all pretty much kind of flow along the same wavelength of irrelevance to me. They're irrelevant. They're not there to help you. A lot of these people, they just love to like give you put downs or whatever, throw curveballs at you. What I mean by throwing curveballs at you, it's like backhanded comments, put downs, trying to get your attention, needling. Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? That's needling. Backhanded, like, just trying to get a rise out of you, whatever. I will not lower myself to that level of those people. I will not lower my intensity in the gym. Today went in there at what I call high noon, around 5 o'clock. Gays in there, it's like this gay pickup fucking place. When did these gyms turn into that? What the fuck, man? I mean, it's like, I'm trying. Believe me, my ultimate goal is to own a small condo in Vegas. I think about that, and I know it's a plan. What you have to do. Look, man, I fucked up. I'm repairing my credit, and then either have enough money to get put down a sizable down payment, find a deal. I research this all the time. It takes time. Unfortunately, look, I had a lot of balls. I took some calculated risks in the stock market. It didn't go my way. I took risks in crypto. It didn't go my way. So I'm not looking for the fast and easy. But there's other ways. There's other ways. And Tony Robbins, keep changing your approach. Change your approach. Doesn't work. Okay, this doesn't work. Let's try something else. Let's try something else. If you put that much energy into something and you're practical and realistic, I don't see why you can't. I mean, for me, the reason I chose there is because there's like a lot of space out there. I like the freedom out there, the nighttime. It's not the gamble. You know, the tourists, they make that place come alive. And you can meet somebody, it's fun. You can go dancing, you know, I can go out whenever I want. It's not considered abnormal, strange, or weird like here. I mean, I could go right now, probably get a small apartment and everything. But you know what? I think it's smarter to stay where you are and earn it, you know, build that foundation. And when it's time and you earned it, then you can go. Trade up, not down. This one real estate agent told me out there, I spoke with him. You know, he owns like 3 houses and whatever. And he's telling me, just get out here and, you know, get this junky place and get started that way. And I says, dude, I'm 47. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going there and starting like from the bottom. And no. When I get there, I'll already be hitting the ground running. I'll find a good deal. I don't need much space. It's got to be a nice little condo in a good area. I trade up, not down. So if you're living someplace, wherever you're living, and I don't know how old you are, whatever, and you feel like, you know, where you're at, it's not, you don't belong there. Like, you know, you have to get out of there. Make a plan. Write it down and figure it out. Say, okay, this is where I'm at right now. I want to get here. This is how much I'm going to need. It's a beautiful thing called credit. And you build it, and you build it, and you just keep fucking building it. And you're eligible for loans, bank loans, or whatever. And if it means that much to you, sacrifice. Sacrifice. Don't have pets. Don't have kids. Okay? If it means that much to you, you have to be selfish and put yourself first. You have to get your goal if it means that much to you. Like where I live here, these people in this building, these old people, whatever, no offense to them, but it's over. It's good enough for them. They're never going to own anything. They never did anything or whatever. You know, I mean, that's not success to me. You know, it's not. You know, it's like weird. You know, being poor is like sucks. You know, I mean, it's and I understand. You know, if you're don't have much money and you're like sitting around going, what do I do? Depends your age first. Depends your age. A younger person, is different. Try to figure things out. An older person they should know. They should already, because they've been around long enough. And if they're educated themselves, over a long period of time, they can kind of expedite the process. They can figure things out. But you got to be practical and realistic. For me, 100,000, is practical and realistic. For me, because it's hard. I make it okay. I make a deal here. That's worth 5,000. Okay, like I have enough leverage for that. Okay, well, we're gonna make a couple grand on this. All right, let's keep paying off the credit cards, build this up little by little. I'm being practical and realistic. Problem in Los Angeles, the median price of a nice home or a condo is like, it's a lot. It's not practical and realistic for me. Your ship for me, would really have to come in. And I just don't see that happening. And that's not being pessimistic, it's being realistic. A lot of people that live here, they've come here, they've had money, or they have a real reason to be here or something. Or they started a long time ago with nothing. I don't know. I don't know their situation because it's not applicable to me. And nobody's going to help you. You shouldn't have to ask anybody for help because in your brain you're built in with this moral, this compass. Asking people for help, you should be able. Look, there's all the information's out there to be learned. You figure out who you are and what you want. And if it means that much to you, you sacrifice. A lot of people ain't gonna fucking do it though. They're just gonna stay where they are, and that's that. And I don't care about them. The people in my building here, they're irrelevant. And that comes off as like, unfortunately, as you're a bad person or something like that. I'm sorry. But you know what in life? You have to be selfish. Now if you look up that word, when you're a kid, you're taught, oh, share, oh, don't be selfish. Well, you know what? The word selfish actually means that you're focusing on yourself first. You have to. And then you can go out and help others once you've got yours. Now, a lot of people don't. It perpetuates into greed, which I guess that is kind of selfish, The never enough mentality. If you're like that, ask yourself, why am I like that? You comparing yourself to somebody else that has more stuff than you or whatever? You trying to show somebody something? I know one guy that owns like 40 properties, whatever, and in a penthouse near Beverly Hills, 4 units down, 3 of them are empty. Empty. And I asked him, I said, hey, like, I had my girlfriend, I was like, hey, you want to sell us, can you sell us one of your units for, oh no, oh no. I don't know what you need all those vacant units for. That's called greedy. That's bad. That's a sickness. Okay? Nothing wrong, with being wealthy. I'm not saying don't. But I mean, if you're not living while you're alive, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're just wasting fucking time being here. Don't give back nothing. Don't help nobody or nothing. I mean, I can digress on this. I can snowball this off to, it's like I saw this beautiful woman, today. I left the gym. She walked by me and she was a qualifier. So let's stick with the narrative of why I started this channel. So she walked by me and I said, yep, I'm going, I'm trying. My shirt was soaked, you know. I showed you the one yesterday, a couple of days ago. It's a red one that I was wearing. It was soaked again. I didn't care. And I said, oh, you're so, you know, but I got her to stop. And I said, oh, are you a hairdresser? Goes, oh, yeah. I said, might keep the conversation going. I said, oh, you know, like I don't need one haircut right now, but what do you need? He says, oh, you know, how much do you charge? You know, goes, oh, like 110. God, good fucking God, man. I'm sorry. I didn't say that. I didn't give her a reaction like that, because if you give a reaction, then you show you don't have that kind of money, and it just, you know, out here it's like, you know, the kiss of death. You know, the only thing, the average, those women that are, you know, in around Hollywood, Sunset, whatever, you know, the Beverly Hills, you either be, you know, you need to be one of two things on average. You need to be like successful, famous, or you better have show some serious potential of being quickly. Like the property is an escrow, you know, like it might take a month or two, like $1 million deal or something, you know. And that woman, then she goes, well, you know, I got to go eat with my friends waiting for me right there. I go, do you have a card? You know, I tried to. He goes, no, I'm station number 5. I think she told me. I forget. You know, stop carrying cards on me too. You know, I said, fuck, hard, tough, and it leads to frustration. You know, like I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not a machine. I'm a human being too. You know, it's hard. And it's so easy to resort back to the old way of doing nothing, you know, and just getting agitated, watching porn or whatever. So easy to do that because you don't see any success. That's what I hate about living here. That's what I hate about LA. And you know, if you go back to my last episode, I talk about this. I talk about the way societal functions, society functions, and you're kind of like forced in to being part of that, you know, because things are only open during this. This is only open, you know. Was it Don Locke? Don Locke, this Asian guy, you know, he has this book called "Fu Money." It's funny. It's on the cover. It shows the coins, and it comes out, looks like a middle finger. "Fu Money," and it's funny because he knows like Wing Chun too. You know, like he's, I guess I consider him like a real smart warrior. Knows how to fight and knows how to make money. I think he lives in Toronto in like a penthouse, or I think he bought a house too. You know, whatever. You got fu money, and fu money means that you got so much that you can just tell, you know, the society, you know, fuck, I can do what I want. I could go live where I want. I could live how I want. Go get what I want. That's fu money. In a way, it's like, you know, they say the reason that you need so much money is what it does. It buys you freedom. Interesting. I don't know. I just, you know, I live in this building, and then there's this manager married to this guy, and they have a kid, and you know, I would just, if I said what I really felt and saying, well, can you be ashamed, you know, to raise a kid in a welfare building? You know, what's wrong with you? You know, It's like my dad. I remember, like, he had a small not video store, antenna repair shop, and then he moved it like a couple of years later into a bigger place to where he could have a video store, tapes, and in the back, repair stuff. We were living in an apartment, and then, like you said, when he married what was my stepmom, and then he was talking about like buying a house, he was moving up, and he died. But he was had a plan. Having a kid maybe in a welfare building, stupid. You know, I'm 47, and my goal is within the next 3 years to get out of here. To have my condo in Vegas by the time I'm 50, 50th birthday. You know, got about 2.5 years. That's like the ultimate goal for me. I'm going to do everything I can to get to that position within 2.5 years. Because I feel like once you go beyond 50 years old, what happens is it just you're going to settle in to comfort. Your age is going to start getting the best of you. It just gets too hard. You're just going to surrender to whatever. It's a fair, it's a good, and I think it's like realistic. We'll see. If I don't make it by that time, I won't feel like a total failure. But I think it's important for you, like, look at I'm just talking about my personal example, um, to make some type of long range plan, but within like a couple of years, not too far, not too much, and make it like what you would consider practical and realistic. Some people, like, it could be a lot more. They make more money, so they could think, um, but for a relatively poor person, like, I tried to help this one chick get on all these waiting lists, and she's just too narrow minded. She's too narrow minded, like, and I wanted something in return. I asked for, hey, let's hang out and have some fun. I don't think that was too much to ask. But her narrow mindedness is no. Well, if you're not willing to give anything, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to give my time, my energy for like nothing. You have to reciprocate. And even wealthy people, they want to get paid for their time, or they want something. It's like, well, why can't they give? They got so much already. It don't matter why. And I don't know. Okay? I don't know well enough. I know this one guy well enough where, I could talk what greed is, in my opinion. A guy with no kids, got 4 penthouse condos right next to each other, with 3 are vacant. 40 properties. Like, some of these people, it's never enough. They're all trying to compare themselves. Oh, it'd be like the next Donald Trump. I want to be a billionaire. Why? Why? If you can tell me the difference between you having 100 million and a billion, 50 million, and what? Why? Just to say you are? It's a lot more money. Yeah, well, you know what? You can always have more money. So now you have a billion. Now you need 2 billion. Now you need 5 billion. Now you need 100 billion. Well, why? Yeah, but what? A lot of those people can't. You could have called somebody and said, if I give you 1 million, what would you do with it? And they couldn't even tell you. come up with something real fast, but that's not sincerely. They don't need the money. They don't. Because if they did, they would design a plan to try to figure out how to get there. They're comparing themselves with something. And that's one of the problems with our society. It's like this keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. Want to show off, whatever. Okay, that's fine. But it's like a selfish, like that woman, that hairdresser, like I did everything but really try to pin her down to like qualify. Hey, like, can you go out with me sometime? It's like I tried that super direct approach, and it's always no. They're getting it from somebody else, or there's, now when I was outside that club, I was out last night. I saw a dude trying to do pickup. He was a little what he was, but he was going after anything that was kind of decent. I don't do that. I have, but I watched him. He just was pouncing on everything that he was trying to. I don't think he got anything, but that was his tactic. It's called an average PUA tactic. It's the volume. I talked about this. He's talking to this many. He's getting this many phone numbers, maybe getting this many dates, and getting laid this many times. So he's getting out of this much effort put in. I just don't like that. I've done that. I've tried all those ways. Not to say it doesn't work, but it's like a volume. It's a volume thing. I you know anything anything you really want is going to require some serious work. Man, when I'm in that gym an hour, doesn't seem like it's that long. But man, I am going like just fucking so fucking serious and focused in there. And those fucking people, like they just get in the way. It's like society, it's to water down the intensity with this calm music in a gym, and people there, they're just trying to, these gay guys trying to, like, they're trying to see who they can fuck or something. I mean, it's like they're all just, you know, look, I've gone in there 5 in the morning or real late. That way you can try to avoid all that. But it's like, man, it's just tough to find places that you could go that you know can make you better. To bring out the best in you. That why don't you go find places far away? Yeah, you know what? What's it going to lead? What's it going to lead? Putting all this time and effort into something. I take it for what it is. It's just workout. Trying to better yourself thing. I'm not going to travel across town. To try to find some hardcore facility. Like, I want to be a professional fighter or something. Who are you kidding? You're fooling yourself. You're dreaming. A lot of people do that. They're acting. They think they're going to be. It's stupid. Come down to reality, man. I'm not saying don't dream, but you have to be practical and realistic. And if you're not, then you're a fool. There's a lot of people, they are like that. They're just fools. I've seen them. And they're fools because they're not willing to learn. They're uneducated in what I call, like, real life. In school, they're not going to teach you any of this stuff. They don't. They don't teach you practical applications of how to like figure out. Okay, well, I mean, you say, well, okay, I want to be like a doctor or some a veterinarian. Well, you go to school for all those years and to do that. Okay, that they teach you. Okay, it takes years and years and whatever to become. But it's still, you want to be a lawyer and then go to law school. So there's a lot of lawyers out there. What makes you different? Because you don't know. If you don't, you don't have that kind of charisma or something, reputation, you're not going to make the big bucks. You're going to be like you're going to work for like one of those guys who's going to be nothing and take you fucking years and years. It took you years to get even the fucking JD degree. And then it's going to take you years and years to work your way up. And then if you don't like it, you put in all those years, all that years for what? I know a guy, I saw him at the chess club. He's got a Juris Doctorate. Older guy, he didn't want to do it. His dad made him. Tough habits are hard to break. Bad habits. They have to be attacked like a virus. A lot of people just will not challenge themselves. They go along with society. Like that woman that talked to me when I was leaving the gym, had to go meet her friend. Like she couldn't say, you know what, my friend can fucking wait. You know what? This guy could really be something here. But she's going along with societal beliefs. I hate when people do that. They don't know what they're missing. I'm sorry, but most of those people that are hairdressers, they're not very smart people. Maybe they know how to cut hair or something like that, but that's not real to me. It's not. That's a job for somebody of like low intellect. Sorry, my opinion. Criticize me if you want. I don't care. But she was visually what I like. She qualified to star in my movie. If you need to know what that is, go back and listen to a couple prior episodes. I'm going to make something to eat. I hope you enjoyed this one. I might do another episode later. It's always good to try to be strong, because I feel like we're coming out of COVID now. And, things are starting, people are going out there. So if you're going to try to fight societal norms, you need to be like on your A game. You got to be prepared for all things. There's like this dance coming. I think I told you guys I went to like Orange County a couple weeks ago. I got an email from them. So, we have another thing at that thing in Anaheim, and it just kind of like broke my spirit. It doesn't take a lot. Once I see something doesn't work, I move very quickly, change my approach. I'm not one of these people that does the same fucking thing. Like I sit there, same fucking thing, and just not try anything different. Try something different. Experiment. Challenge what doesn't work. And if it's awkward and weird, okay, change your approach. Let's try something different here. Let's figure out a way that we can get to where we need to go without complaining, which wastes energy. Don't waste too much time. You only get so much of it, no matter what. And there's a lot of people I've seen this people sitting around. They're just burning the fucking time. They have no plan, no nothing, not trying, not doing anything. But like, remember I talked about yesterday the Shawshank Redemption? Andy Dufresne was like chiseling away, always working. You know, and that was progress. He was hammering away. It took him 25 years, but he made that hole to escape the prison. Escape the prison that you're in, no matter what it takes. I'm working on escaping mine. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you like this one. Warrior Junior signing off. Gonna have something good to eat.